Hey, so recently I got a text from Caleb, and he is doing rather well in his local escalation league, and he wanted to have me go over his final couple of lists. So let me just read the text to you. I'm not going to show you because I'm not going to out Caleb's information on the internet, but I'm going to read his message for me. It says, "Hey Bo, hope you're doing well. Would you be willing to compare my top two lists? I'm currently 6-0 with my Finns in my local escalation league, so really doing well with Finns. I have beat two German lists, a horde Japanese, airborne Americans, and Soviets, so also a wide variety of different enemies here. Going into 1250 points now for my last two games, and I'm deciding between two lists. I'm expecting to play the only other player who's now 6-0 and who's been running mostly infantry, rangers, assault weapons, multiple M15s, bazooka jeeps, etc. So we already know quite a lot about the opponent here. My engineers have been my MVPs. Yes, engineers for Finns is one of the routes you can go with success, I think. One Comsolette gets Squad A, Flamethrower Panzerfausts, and the other gets the Captain Flamethrower and AT Rifle. I usually run them in turn 1 and then snap to turn 2 and take out any tanks and infantry pushing up. Right, that is a good tactic. So let's see what we can see, shall we? I'm going to take you to the Google Drive. He sent me a link to his Google Drive. So this is his first version of a 1250 list. It's Finland 20 order dice, right? And the Finns, of course, get all the usual stuff about trained huntsmen, get +1 to hit bonus from rifles that are on ambush, and then they get to upgrade their infantry if 50% or less of their starting strength. They become 1 higher veterancy. Yeah. They also ignore the minus modifier to come onto the table, which, could be really nice against the opponent that he's going into here. Skis, not needed for most of the time. Company commander, one extra man submachine gun. It is expensive, but it's what you can take with the Finns. You have to take regular, at least, commanders. Then we have a platoon commander, also regular, with a submachine gun. These, ideally, I think they need to go in the transports, as you mentioned, Caleb. Recon light infantry, 8-man units, exactly as you should build them, not as I did in my last video where I built them odd numbers. You should build them even numbers, because that means you get to upgrade before you would otherwise do. These are veteran. I really like my recon infantry. I would not run them, though, with LMGs. I would put Panzerfaust in them, but you can. These are perfect backline holders, and they can push a bit because they're veterans, and they are a fairly large unit. 2 of these 8-man units, nice. Then a Kauka squad, very, very expensive, but it does have 6 submachine guns, and you can come on from any edge. So fog of war all day long. Pretty nice, right? And they're also fanatics and have tank hunters and all kinds of added madness. An artillery observer with an extra man. Veteran. It doesn't need to be veteran, does it? If you can get away with buying him regular, I think I would. It saves you points. Anti-tank rifle team. Yep, you need these because you have very little anti-tank capabilities right now. Mortar teams, light mortars. Yeah. This is a 2-man team. I don't know if you can buy an extra man for a light mortar for the Finns, but you might want to consider it if you can. 2 of these regulars. And if you could only get them inexperienced, I would want to do that. Why? Because inexperienced is just so much cheaper, saving points. Engineers, here comes the MVPs, right. So an officer, again with a submachine gun. We've got rifle squad, engineers, added flamethrower. This is an expensive unit for 6 men. 152 points. Double Fausts as well. Yeah, if they are the ones sitting in that transport, move up, split fire the Fausts one way, the flamethrower the other way. You know, it is really good. Another rifle squad here. These have added engineers but haven't really got anything out of that. Regulars. And flamethrower team. Ideally, I think I would buy one more flamethrower team if you could find the points. A couple of comsommelettes to transport these guys in. Now the comsommelettes have gotten very much more expensive, but I still think you potentially should buy them inexperienced, saving you points. We're scrounging together to get that extra flamethrower team, right? Maybe buy a regular transport for those. Right. And then an artillery platoon, another commander here, heavy autocannons, nice. Right, double horse-drawn limbers, not really needed. I think ideally, I would take these and make them into a civilian car of some sort, I think, potentially. It is very high on order dice, 20 order dice, that is enough for most of the games. Right, so that was the first one. By the way, let Caleb know in the comments which one of his lists here you favor. So we have another Finnish list here, 18 order dice. Same special rules, of course. Another company commander, again 2 men. He likes that. We have another officer here, submachine gun, because of course you do. Again, the 2 light recon infantry with LMGs, AT rifle, and an engineer platoon. Again, this very expensive one and this slightly more inexpensive one sort of becomes a backline holder. You could actually cut out a couple of soldiers on this one. You don't need this many soldiers for a backline holder. 6 would be enough. You don't need 8 guys, even for regulars, because once they're down to 3, they would then upgrade and become veterans. And then 1 flamethrower team. You need 2. Comsommelettes. And an armored platoon, a Stuk Stormy. Nice. Now, the interesting thing here is if your opponent regularly runs M15s, the maximum that you're going to get is like a heavy autocannon or something. So this Stormy is basically invulnerable. I like that idea. And because 6 tons. Also, I like it. And these 2 vehicles, none of them are unreliable, right? Which I like. I like that. Artillery, again, the 2 heavy autocannons. I'm not massively sold on these heavy autocannons, especially if you're... But this is very much a hammer and anvil type of list, right? Something can sit in one place with the backline holders and the heavy autocannons. Go on ambush, shoot because you're Finnish, and then the armor and the comsommelettes can push in another location. In that respect, I think potentially I like this second list better. Yeah, I think I do. I think I'm a V2 person on these Finnish lists. Let us know in the comments which one you favor. Caleb, good luck and well done, sir. Well done. Even if you lose the final game or whatever happens, well done on going 6-0 so far. With Finns, no less. Great. That's it for me today, and I will talk to you next time. Cheers.